All right, guys, thanks for jumping on for another episode of Whiteboard Talk. Today, we're going to talk pretty quickly about your business plan. Every time I launched a business or thought about launching a business, I drew out a plan, and I didn't draw it out on Thursday and launch it on Friday, right? So let's take the waste management business. Waste management business, I thought about why did I want to do it? Number one, that was I'm sorry, but it is important to know why. Why I wanted to do it was I had spent $140,000 on dumpsters for my construction property management company. And I thought to myself, that's a pretty big number, right? And I started looking at how many other guys I knew were spending a couple $100,000 a year. And I'm like, that adds up. So I started trying to negotiate a better rate, couldn't get a better rate. And then I decided my why was, number one, I'd have a better rate. Number one, I was already in the business. I assumed I would continue in the business, and anything I could pay myself to do as opposed to paying somebody else made a lot of sense to me. Then I thought, so I knew why I wanted to do it, and then also why I think it would be profitable, because I knew that all I had to have were dumpsters and a truck. I needed 2 drivers, so I started writing this all out, looked at their salaries, looked at this acquisition, looked at my price, then found a place to dump what I was picking up, worked on those prices. I went through all this, then I scaled it out. So I was like, okay, if we got 120 dumpsters, we pick them up, and then it was trial and error. But I did this on a regular basis. So what happened to me was after I did this for a week or two or a month or two, I was like, wait a minute, let's sit down and figure out where we're the most profitable. And I was like, okay, well, what we found was homeowners. So the homeowners were, I could get more local people. They paid with a credit card. And then my contractors, I was in the construction business for the better part of 20 years. I met a lot of contractors that did not pay. I don't think they all don't pay, but there's a lot of folks I met that didn't pay. They wanted to pay with a check instead of a credit card. I'm like, no, we need a credit card. And they're like, no, I don't have that. Because when we picked up the homeowners deal, it was already paid. We were good. Dropped it off, dumped it, boom, right away, credit card, charge, life was good. Charged a deposit up front, so we knew the money would go through. Here, there was a lot of risk. And these guys wanted me to drive them, this damn thing in the middle here, wanted me to drive them all over Connecticut. And I'm like, dude, I can't do that. So we came up with a radius. I said, I'm going to have so this was my original why, what I was going to do, supply, demand, income, expenses, my balance sheet. But this was always evolving. I kept this here and that was a whiteboard. It was at my house in my garage. It was a big whiteboard. Then I decided we're going to keep everything into a 30-minute. Connecticut doesn't have a lot of traffic where I was in southeastern Connecticut, so you might go what about miles? Dude, it wasn't Atlanta, it wasn't LA, it wasn't Southern Florida, it was Connecticut. It was Groton, Waterford, East Lyme. It wasn't, so I need to be able to get anything 30 minutes from where I kept my dumpsters and under 30 minutes from where we dump. So it was that triangulation, here's where we're located, here's where we dump, where are you located? I'm here, perfect, grab it, can dump, vice versa. I'm here. All right, that's 28 minutes, I'm good. I'm here. That's an hour. Gas, insurance, time for the driver. Nope, too far, because I'm another hour back. Never confuse busy with profitable. And a lot of people do. So people driving all over the place. I learned that I got up to 110 dumpsters. I did not jump into 5 other things. I didn't grab the big old trucks, pick up your trash can, dump it in my deal. I didn't spend whatever it was on that lot, more than my roll-off trucks were. I grabbed those, one for 40, one for 80, one for 120. My dumpsters for whatever they were, 10, 20, 30 yarders for, $3-4 grand. I had refurbished ones. So I knew what the numbers on those were, and I knew how long it would take me to get my ROI. It was not going to be day one. The drivers I hired, I paid them more than other people paid their drivers. Why? I didn't want to have 7 drivers. I wanted to have 2 committed people. And then I talked about when we make the company profitable, what I can share with you. I think that's always part of a very good business plan. What will you give back? What will you share? And it was a lot of trial and error. I could write in this whiteboard for 5 hours, and that would be my first 3 months in the business. But I was always in it. So when I started walking and when my driver would come in, I'd be like, dude, look at this. Here's what we're making. Here's our ROI in these. Here's how much we were losing when we drove. And also we found that homeowners You take a package, you got a 30-yarder, unlimited ton, you have an idea what they dump. Contractors, they do this for a living, dude. They're like I was. I want to pay as little as I could. They might dump, and it might be so heavy, we pick it up because they want to get every dollar worth, right? The homeowner might just put in some sheetrock and some stuff from the basement. So it was much more profitable to do theirs. Then I thought to myself, what will set me apart? So I get to understand all this. How do I get them to call me instead of, I could list you 5 other people that I was competing with? And I thought to myself, there's only 2 things: price, service. And it's not necessarily, service could be first, price could be, both. That's why I called it CT, affordable waste. Affordability, and what we talked about with every single client was service. We answered every phone call. If for some reason we couldn't take it at that moment, we called them back immediately. Nobody ever said we didn't respond. We were on top of things. You want your dumpster picked up, we got it. Not in 2 weeks, not in 2 months. We didn't lose dumpsters. There are these waste management companies that get acquired and they can't find stuff. The guy was like, "Do you have any missing dumpsters?" I'm like, "How would I have a missing dumpster?" He's like, "Dude, it happens all the time. They never go back and pick them up." I'm like, "No, dude, I know where my 110 are." We put trackers on them because people will try to steal dumpsters, which is people try to steal everything. Your business plan. I did the same thing in real estate, same thing in life insurance. There's a lot of business in business, but the deal is you have to be looking at it all the time. I want to come back or make a decision during the day, be on the phone and be thinking, you know what? Hey, you know what? Where I'm dumping it, is there another alternative? You know what? I have 2. Do I have 2? Oh, these guys are doing really good. Cool. All right. Do I have enough inventory? How am I doing? Do I need more? Do I need less? How am I doing with homeowners? We got to 75% homeowners, 25% contractors, which is what I wanted. When I started, I was 99% contractors because that's who we knew. But I'm like, dude, you launched the company because you want to save money. Now your only client are going to be people that are going to try to save as much money as humanly possible, and they're going to fill that thing to the brim with a lot of weight, concrete and stuff that like it's not worth any money, but it's very heavy and it would cost me money, more money to dump it than they actually paid me. But this was always a work in progress. You have to know your business. You have to draw it out. I'll do this in real estate 1 week. I'll do it in life insurance for you. I've been a lot. I'll do it in property management. But all the businesses I started, it'll sound crazy, started this way. And I left it up. I wanted to see it. When I did meetings, I still wanted to see it. We might be a year and a half into the company. We still had this. It was a moving target, but we still had it. So be in your business, and you have to look at it. You might not want to see things. We found out 99% of people were here, and we were losing money. Hey, if you don't look, you can't find. So be in your business. Appreciate you supporting. Appreciate you watching. I know this will help your business if you'll take it in. Please like, subscribe, share this with somebody that's in a business, in any business. Thank you for your support. If you like this video, we'll drop another one you can click on. I think you're going to love that one. And thank you always for jumping on Support and Whiteboard Talk. This is real shit that will help your business for real.